Hello, everybody. I'm just being hardcore, drinking tea. Um, Maybe a little moonshine added. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, so listen. Um, First of all, I'm really happy with the work that I'm seeing. And I hope you are already feeling that you're learning a lot. Um, and I think you also see that you learned maybe too much, but you have things there that are tangible, right? You're seeing a process of Egypt, for example, that I hope that you can now look at, ancient Egypt, which is what almost everybody in America only thinks about. They don't really conceptualize there's life beyond pharaohs in Egypt. Um, and then, it's kind of Greco-Roman period. It's turned into Christianity. And then later you will also see more, as I mentioned, that Egypt will eventually become a predominantly Muslim nation, and currently is one of the main producers of all Arabic films, Arabic language films, and so that's where they're kind of the cultural center in that regard within the Arabic-speaking world. So Egypt has a legacy beyond just the pharaohs, right? Okay, so if you got that in your head, you're already ahead of like the majority of people in the United States. By the way, I literally had many classes, and not to poke at the kids, just because it's the way they're reacting to what they're being exposed to. I've had some classes when I was substitute teaching that were as up to high school level that were shocked that Egyptians still existed, that they were, that there was something called Egypt that existed that no longer has pharaohs. I mean, in their minds, all they ever knew about was the pharaohs and the pyramids. And so this was a very, it's unfortunate how limited the exposure is of world cultures that we get. And so, you can help out. And many of you are going to be teachers, so you can maybe stop this madness. Okay, thanks. All right. So, in regards to your work, there's one problem that some of you are having, and that's only that it looks to me that some of you are not quite getting the fact that you have to write 2 points that are made from every video that I post. Okay? Not just the section, the video itself. Okay? And so that will also be videos that are a lecture from another professor or from a documentary. And so what I want you to realize also is that if you add up all of my lectures, that you're so maybe overwhelmed by seeing all these lectures, it's less time that you would spend if you were sitting in a classroom, okay, for these given subjects. But you have to do 2 points per video. And if you didn't do that, here's what I want you to do. You can't resend and give me more notes. For this Sunday, when you give the papers, the topics, add in there also the notes that you didn't, the videos that you didn't finish. Okay, so I'm not going to grade. I'm sure you know who you are. If you sent me video notes that did not cover all of the videos, then just do the rest for me on this Sunday's for this when you turn the papers this Sunday, okay? And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say about that. I feel like I lost my thought. Okay, yeah, on the papers, on the Sunday papers, I'm already having some people turn in early papers in all my classes that are not realizing that you have 2 topics per Sunday, and that means there's 2 papers that you send together. Okay, now I put 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 pages. I can't remember if I put on this for this one class, but basically I don't need a lot of papers. When I say, if I ever say a paper must be 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 pages or whatever, that means the biggest number means if I say like 1 to 2, I mean please don't send me more than 2. okay? And I mean, you better at least send me one. And the one should have enough content put into it that I get the impression that you understood the topic and that you thought it over, okay? And remember, you can utilize notes, what you wrote in your notes for your paper, okay? You're really just kind of regurgitating and synthesizing the information that you've just already covered, okay? I'm doing this as a form of practice, or for you to exercise, kind of getting onto a topic, thinking about it a little bit more, and then talking about it a little bit more. Okay, that's the point of this. If you're going to be graded at a university level for a university style paper, I would be having to do something a little bit different. And just to let you know, in terms of writing style, just write me the most coherent essay form that you can. MLA, by the way, is not even what historians ever use. We use Chicago style, and I don't know why that's not addressed sometimes on junior college levels. And I can't remember if I talked to this class or some other class, that at University of Phoenix, I was getting a job interview, which I ended up not teaching there by choice, but they do all of their papers in the style that psychologists use. And they talked about having students use it. I forget actually what that is right now. And then I said, well, we use Chicago style. And like literally the people that were supposed to be my bosses didn't even know that. That was a little disappointing at the University of Phoenix. Just saying. Maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud. I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to say out loud or not. The bottom line is, if you go to CSU, basically any academic institutions, and you're writing a history paper, we use Chicago style, other than some other universities sometimes. I don't know. So, in junior college level, it's not as important. But when you're producing the literature, Chicago style. All right, I feel like you probably don't care about this right now, so forgive me. But some of you are going to be history majors, so that's why. That's important for those of you who are doing that. So, just this Sunday, make sure that both papers are coming together. If you send just one, you can't resend another, and you'll have to send it to my personal email. I'll take it, but it just backs me up, and I can start losing things, and I have to do things by hand. Okay, so I hope that that's clear. I may have actually made you confused when you were totally fine in doing it right, but just remember, this weekend you have two topics, which are two different papers that I want you to send together at the same time. And then if you didn't finish all your notes, then please send me the rest in that batch also, all at the same time together. And then last thing, on your comments, you always have to comment on other people's comments to get full points. 5 points will be for your comment, 5 points for commenting on another person, and 5 more points for commenting on another person. And they're actual comments, not just statements like, that was a great idea, thanks. No, give a little bit more feedback, okay? Any more questions on this stuff, just let me know, and I'm going to get back to this tea. Cool? Cheers. All right, have a good weekend and enjoy your life.